thorough report. So, okay. So y'all say, okay, so it's obvious that y'all wasn't really good in math class, or you wasn't able to use, deduction. You wasn't able to like, figure it out from the clues that you had in front of you, right? So you have a president that for like 4 years now, for the past 4 years that Biden was in office, he ran, he did all of the rallies and he promoted himself and he made all of these promises to the MAGAs about all of the things that he was gonna do for you guys. That including the Epstein files. Nobody else, not Biden, not anybody in Biden's administration, no one ever mentioned it. They let Epstein die. He was dead, right? Trump ran on this. We're going to release the Epstein files. We're going to do it. We're going to do it, right? So when Bonnie gets the Epstein files and gets them on her desk and says that they're there and she hasn't been able to go through them yet, but she's on the way to do that, but she doesn't, right? They don't want to release it. It's nothing to release. What part of that is telling you in your mind that he's innocent of something? Matt, Anthony, Tomato, EP. What part of that is showing you, stupid ass people, that he is motherfucking innocent, right? A person that went from, I'm gonna give you full of the truth. You didn't get it all, right? So, oh nah, they seen it now. It's nothing to see. We looked at it. It wasn't nothing to release. So are y'all that retarded that y'all don't understand what's going on behind closed doors? Just tell me. If you are that retarded, then we'll understand. I just need you to do this.
Now, everybody who's been in the 420 know that we like to research stuff down to the red meat. Okay, so there is audio of him talking about going into a dressing room of a pageant with 15-year-olds. 15. One of the 15-year-olds has spoken up about it, that she was changing into her swimsuit. She was naked, and Trump walked in because he can do that, so he says. He walked in, and he just walked, and he's just looking at everybody. So you're trying to say that anyone who walks through a dressing room, you know where you're going. This man, you guys, we play him as dumb, but he's also a criminal, and he is a child molester. So he knows how to move. He walked into a dressing room, so you guys are okay with that. 10-year-old is in a pageant, and you're okay with them walking into him walking into the dressing room that is for girls and for probably their parents, their mothers, and him walking through and eyeballing your daughter as she's changing naked out of a gown into a swimsuit. I'm hearing some crazy shit right now, and you guys, I know you support pedophiles in here, you people on the stage, but you gotta get called out because there's gonna be clip after clip, tape after tape.
You guys support pedophiles. You guys
support the hallway. We're trying to talk to you, okay? You are supporting. He just supported it. I'm sitting here telling him that we have a clip of this man admitting that he walked into the dressing room where 15-year-old girls were changing their clothes for his fake-ass patches, because that's why he's on these patches. He didn't give a fuck about beauty. He wants to be able to manipulate and go in and eyeball these girls and whatever, fill them up, whatever the case may be. That's what he's all about. And you, Pepe, seem to be totally 100% comfortable with this type of behavior. Peter Pan, I don't care what his name is. You feel absolutely coming off the mic vigorously trying to cut me off so you can support a man who has pedophile tendencies. Go right ahead, sir. I would definitely play that clip for you and for the room.
Play the Lisa the Lindsay Lohan. Probably good at that. Play that clip.
I have 10 minutes before I get.
They don't care. And honestly, I thought this would be something that everybody should be able to agree upon, especially since y'all was on the kid campaign about keeping kids safe and everything. It shouldn't matter like who the person is. My nieces, nephews, cousins can't go around nobody that's even associated or I'm sorry. I don't care. If that's what they say about you, nah. So I don't get that y'all keep saying it's not proven. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, I can name some other things where people have been associated with this and have come out to be. I mean, if we talk about Michael Jackson or somebody else, everybody threw the book at him, but now when it's for Trump, it's it's all these benefits of the doubt. He said we heard the thing that Lisa's talking about before he got in office the first time. Y'all heard that. Y'all heard him say he likes his daughter. Him and his daughter have sex in common. If he didn't, if he wasn't his father, if he wasn't his daughter's father, they would be dating. He's waiting to see if his daughter gets nice titties like his mama. Like y'all heard this stuff. Y'all are okay with it, and this is what makes y'all weird and beyond just like some crazy zany. Y'all just like a different person. This is what makes y'all weird and untrustworthy and bad for the country. This is the differentiation here.
If I felt like somebody was saying something that was that negative about me, I would be trying to clear my name. I'd be putting out effort. That would be a top priority because I got to do business with other countries. I got to do all these different things. I don't want people thinking that's okay about me or that's a possibility. And not that I got to scream about it, but no, that's not true. Let me tell you why it's not true. Or, I made some mistakes in the past, but these comments, but let me be clear, that's not okay. But this dude is sick. And anyone who follows him and who tries to pretend like, well, it's okay, he's sick. I'd rather you at least be like, I don't give a fuck, he's doing what I want him to do. At least be like that. Instead of trying to cover up for, well, I mean, if I saw him in the room, okay, now if I saw him in the room with the child, okay, if I knew the child, it's like you guys keep trying to move the goalposts. So you want to admit that you guys like this sick motherfucker.
Exactly, Brian. Exactly. Instead of getting in front of it and being like, hey, I mean, we all know he's a megalomaniac, loves, he has an insatiable thirst for attention in media. Look at me, look at me. Here you are, everybody. We're files. Nothing to see here. And humiliate the Dems again. Instead, they choose to deflect. Like Anthony or any others who are still in this weird Messiah haze that cannot see what's happening in front of you. Like, what do you think it's just pure coincidence that instead of doing what Brian suggested and just getting in front of it and be like, hey, I'm good, Trump chooses to put out the MLK files. He chooses to go as far as create something that maybe a teenager influencer might try to put together, the Barack Obama AI video getting arrested by the FBI. Are y'all okay? What do you really think that's coincidence, or perhaps could it possibly be the deflection? The same group comments in the chat about chopping a penis off for transgenders is worse. We're not talking you go to any level of whataboutism of deflection to say this man is above the law. This man is above underage women who've been sexually violated by him and other adults. I again don't care what side of the aisle.
They're children, they're not women, not at all.
Children, exactly. Underage. I'm almost done, Anthony. So, to that point, come on, man. I've been up here, y'all heard me. I've slammed Biden for this, that, and the other thing. You never shit around again. I can do that. That's what a citizen can do, because you don't allow your whole entire identity to be cold forming and let one
because you're a MAGA supporter.
Okay, so this thing, please.
I'm not even a MAGA supporter. I'm a conservative individual.
Okay, I'm glad you said that you weren't MAGA, but you know what, that you guys are figuring out with this clipping of, you guys in the chat, they're talking about
Really, Mel?
transgender adults. One more time, you guys in the chat.
First lady, for that meeting.
Lisa, you're in the matrix.
Making a decision. Okay, for you adults who are in the audience talking about transgender adults who decide a personal decision for themselves to do what they need to do to deal with a body that they feel does not belong to them or is not they feel they're not comfortable in, it's kind of crazy. You don't sound intelligent because those are adults making decisions. Let's stay on the topic. We're talking about adults who are having sex with children, not adults who do what they want to do with their bodies. And it's none of your business what adults do with their body. Let's stick with children. Thank you.
Right, okay.
Heard the clip with, I'm sorry, with Trump talking about Lindsay Lohan in 43 seconds. She was 17 at the time. He's talking about, have you guys played that clip yet?
No, you can play it if you
Yeah, he said women with freckles were best in bed. Yeah, he said.
She's 17. I don't know why MAGA and the Trump supporters have deflected. I mean, there's so many evidence of him and his
have
own.
what?
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Okay, somebody, you guys have to play these clips, please. Thank you. 7 minutes after.
We don't see nothing wrong with it.
Exactly. I mean,
The same shit.
yeah.
Drag. It's like what the drag is. It's not just it's really the deflection.
Y'all wanna know what's crazy? Here's the crazy part. We all know in this country that billionaires can get away with everything. It's clear as day that this man's money is the only reason he's getting away with this shit. And you know, I guarantee you, in any other situation, you can talk to these MAGA nut jobs in this room, and they'll tell you that money will get you out of this shit. But in this situation, they have to wait for him to be proven fucking guilty. They'll ignore everything. They'll ignore the clear evidence, him with the pictures of all these fucking kids, him being friends with this fucking asshole for how long. They'll ignore all that shit because you know what? He has to be found fucking guilty, even though clear as day he's using his money and power to avoid it. They don't give a shit. As long as you can use your money and power to avoid shit, you can go ahead and be a pedophile in this country. Because look at these idiots that support that shit. He has to be broke, and then they have an issue with him. That too.
You know what, Haitian, and you know what was really also very telling is that, let's just say, for 1 second, and I don't know in a second, let's just say we put Trump aside. He was friends with Epstein for 15 motherfucking years. They went out together, they partied together, they traveled together, they were in 4 different states together. He knew what this bitch ass nigga was doing anyway. So just the fact that he stayed with him for 15 years, supported him for 15 years, hid whatever he was hiding, about knowing that this motherfucker is, just say he ain't doing it, let's just say raping girls that could be his motherfucking daughter. That shows what kind of piece of fucking animal waste he is by even doing that. So if you want to just keep on cha-cha and ball dipping for him, that's fine. Let's just talk about the fact that he stayed with somebody that is a known fucking pedophile, took his motherfucking life. He was convicted. Epstein was convicted. He was convicted and got some stupid ass sentence where you go to jail. Only a white man with money can get, after being found guilty of sleeping and molesting children, can go to jail in the morning and play checkers and then check his motherfucking ugly ass out at night and go home and sleep in a fucking king size Posturepedic. So you guys are full of fucking shit. You should be ashamed of yourself, but I ain't gonna worry because you guys gonna burn in motherfucking hell. So I ain't worried. Keep on talking.
Lisa, don't forget. Last night, Collins said real quick, let's not forget,
you go. Oh, that's not it.
Yeah,
That's not it. You gotta play the whole thing, patient. I think you just got a small clip.
yeah.
Okay, no, let me find it, because that's half of it. One second. That's the ones the Republicans use. It's so crazy how that's the MAGA manosphere it is. Like, you have hoteps that are MAGA. It's a nigga named I-N, and he spells I-N-E-Y-E. Hotep. You got racist, Matt, Tool, PP. You got, I don't even know what the fuck category Anthony would be in. You got dummies. I mean, it's a freaky old ass nigga named Jamal.
Anthony's the hero of Brazil, but he's the only one to speak. I found out Matt sounded like Minnie Mouse earlier, so that's why she don't ever come up here.
Sound like Minnie Mouse.
He sounds like a parrot. It's a big defect with something with all of these people. Yeah, Matt won. That's why he never come up here. Matt, come up here and talk. I bet you won't. I bet you won't. Yeah, sound like he didn't drop yet.
But look how vast they are, like how different they are. But they all become under one umbrella, because not only do they have a hate for women, especially. You have to have a hate for women, because a lot of these things that are going on that are affecting women, right? These were little girls they was touching on and feeling and fucking on, right? And y'all okay with that? Y'all had a whole 4 or 5 year campaign about having abortions. No, abortion is wrong. No. And now we see why. Y'all want kids to be here. You want to be the ones to abuse them. MAGA is a bunch of fucking nasty men who don't have any fucking morals about themselves. You hate yourselves. You hate women. You probably hate your own daughter. They also hide behind the church. They hide behind the church when they took their kids.
Come up here, Beaver.
Beaver, I didn't even know Beaver
I
was
am. All y'all come up here. Like,
I didn't know you was a crack.
y'all so chatty. I know y'all fingers hurt. This all y'all do is come in the room and type in the chat. Like, what type of ballsy men are y'all? All y'all do is type in the chat. No, Justin claims he's the masculine gay guy. No, bitch, you claim I'm the masculine gay guy. Yeah. That's what you see. Bitch, I ain't never said that. I'm as gay as they come, bitch.
And Matt puts in the chat, Matt instead of coming up here so we can all hear his lovely, slow voice, he puts in the chat, Agent, you always sound like you're sniffing something. Like, I think he was removed from a room for actually taking that even one further, saying somebody accused somebody up here of sniffing children. Like, this is funny to them. Like, they're showing themselves. That's it.
We literally have a White House right now that's fighting with smoking softballs. A cartoon.
None of y'all play. None of them will come up. All y'all can't say anything. I'm gay, I'm this, I'm not scared to talk. I can speak. Can you? Or do y'all come and rest under the nuts of black people and type on your phones? Because this is what y'all do every night. Every night I come up in here, it's Six Peckerwoods in the chat. Oh my God, black people. Oh my God. Y'all are disgruntled and mad and stinking. Ain't took no shower, ain't washed your feet or legs, just typing. Come up here and talk, express your musty selves. Like, stop it. You sitting over there with your thumbs in your butt. Come up here and talk. I bet y'all won't. I bet you won't. I will pay you any amount of money that none of you pussies will come up here and say a word. Not to me.
Even racist PP comes up.
Hey, tell them we're gonna put a bounty
y'all, like, I should be the least of y'all's worries. Y'all won't even come up and then y'all just keep talking shit. Listen, y'all's typing things that y'all say don't matter to me. I'll be on y'all up in real life. All of y'all. So, like, anything y'all say in the chat doesn't matter. I cuss bitch ass niggas like you, like y'all out on the road every day, like on the way to work. So none of that matters. Just come up and talk, express yourself. Like I know y'all make 20K a year, and y'all so express why you're upset, why you're disgruntled. Being mad at me ain't gonna never. I'm always going to have more money than you. I'm always gonna look better than you. I'm always gonna be smarter than you. So being mad at me is futile. That'll be no matter what the administration. But just come up and express why you're upset.
Yeah, let me reset, y'all. Okay, so, okay, thank you, Haitian. I 2 minutes out. So, welcome to 420, you guys. What we're talking about is gasoline. Gasoline, a convicted child molester, um, rapist. She also was having sex with these children. She would have sex with them at the same time with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, and she also was a madam, and then she also was a groomer. She was everybody's fucking worst nightmare. So what happened was, it started yesterday. Trump sent his own ex-personal lawyer with a conflict of interest to go and talk to Gasoline and make sure she wasn't going to give up Trump, and maybe they could possibly lie to her and think that she's gonna get immunity. So what happened is she was granted limited immunity while talking to DOJ, and she named 100. That was just 1%. 100 different people that are linked to Epstein. So she is singing like a canary. He's saying that she's telling everything. And what everything is, I don't know. Because Trump's lawyer knows that that his name is all over that list. That's why they that's why they assigned 1,000 people to go over the list and highlight where Trump's name is mentioned in these purported files, as well as transfer them onto, it's so many times they can transfer it onto a spreadsheet and put it into the computer. It's like, nah, not mentioned just 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 11 times. They have 1,000 people going through those illicit files and highlighting Trump's name, where it was mentioned, what page, and put it on a spreadsheet to repeat myself. So we're here to talk about what's going on with Gasoline, and we all know here, anybody who has a brain in their head, know that Trump is connected. How many girls he allegedly raped, or how many young women? We have people who are coming out talking about it, and they still in here talking about it. It didn't happen. They got women literally coming out and saying that they were raped by these 2 fools, and they still in here trying to deny Trump has anything to do with it. It's wild. Why would they need 1,000 people to find my fucking name on a list if I only flew there to have a little crepes and salad? It's crazy. You guys need to get your life and check your ass, because you shouldn't be representing anybody who even has like you guys like to say, sniff, who even has a sniff of impropriety with children. You would drop your motherfucking kids over somebody's house who the rumor had it that they dicking down children?
Lisa, could you play the clip from the lawyer again? Can you?
Yeah, can you take that again, please? No,
Because we need to unpack that.
the one with the lawyer speaking about gasoline. Thank you. And if you're downstairs for the pink ticket, can you guys check your tickets in, so that way we can welcome you to the 420 Club, and we can ping you in every time we have some crazy shit going on like this. Thank you.
With Trump in Palm Beach and how they want underage girls and orgies. Did you guys hear that?
No.
Okay, let me see if I can find it.
rewind
in a
it.
fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply.
You want what?
You gotta rewind it. You went out. So like, that's
yeah.
you second.
That's the video.
Hey everybody, we finished for the day. We started this morning right around 9 o'clock and went to now lunchtime, and we're finished after all day yesterday and today. Glenn answered every single question asked of her over the last day and a half. She answered those questions honestly, truthfully, to the best of her ability. She never invoked a privilege. She never refused to answer a question. So we're very proud of her. We're proud of how the process has worked over the past day and a half. I will say this. She has been treated unfairly for the past 5 years. She didn't get a fair trial. We're still appealing to the Supreme Court. We're going to be filing a reply in the Supreme Court on her cert petition on Monday. Remember, people have questioned her honesty, which I think is just wrong. Remember, a juror lied to get onto the jury, admitted to lying to get onto her jury. She did not get a fair trial. No prosecutor even mentioned her until Epstein died. So we feel that the process for Ghislaine has been unfair. She was denied bail. She was treated worse than an animal would be treated in jail when she was first held, woken up every 15 minutes. So we're just trying to get through the process where we are now and get her some relief. So that's where we are today. Do you feel like you're going to get some relief? We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out. We just know that this was the first opportunity she's ever been given to answer questions about what happened. And so the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, and she's the person who's answering those questions. We don't think this will affect her appeal. We're appealing on a very important ground, which is the government at the time promised Jeffrey Epstein that any potential co-conspirators would not be prosecuted. And so she deserves that promise. And I'm surprised. I don't think President Trump knows that the Justice Department took the position that that promise should not be upheld. President Trump is the ultimate deal maker. He knows that a promise made on behalf of the government should bind the government. And so we're hoping the Supreme Court agrees with us that when the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of Florida promised that no potential co-conspirators would be prosecuted, that bound the Southern District of New York as well. I'm sorry? They asked about every possible thing you could imagine. Are you voting for new as a result of this? Sorry, are you voting for?
I don't even hear the other one with Trump, about Trump with the South Park.
As the debate over the Jeffrey
You went out again.
Nah, there was a clip on the whole South Park thing. I don't know if you want to hear it or not.
What's the South Park thing about?
He's mad.
He's
White House
on with
mad.
the South Park.
Yeah, you're mad about the episode from last night.
Can I jump in on that real quick?
Yeah, can we unpack the first one first, and then we can go to the
Right,
next one?
and then too, I want Mike to talk about the case with because he can explain it. He's very, very eloquent in explaining this case about the young girl. He has all the information, and I do not because I'm driving. But Mike, when you do your submission, Michael, as well, can you tell everybody about that case? That'll be very, very helpful. Thank you, sweetheart.
So, Haitian, are you gonna play something or Brooklyn?
No, go ahead.
Yeah, when you were talking about the South Park thing, so I had seen clips last night of the cartoon portion where they used like Trump's picture and just had his sort of head moving and he was in bed with Satan. Has anybody seen the PSA? I think they closed the show with out of like censorship prison by the end of the year. I don't know what. It's the a sitting U.S. president. They show his dick on this thing. So he gets naked. He's in the desert. It's like sort of a play on Jesus being in the wilderness and Trump being Jesus. And so he strips his clothes off. It's hot. He falls out and he's on his back and looks down, and they literally show like this micro penis that has. It just you gotta see this shit. It's like it's amazing that a U.S. president literally. It's because with deep fakes, this shit looks just like Donald Trump. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like in my life. Well, let me not say the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, but it's the craziest shit I've seen in 2025, definitely.
Yeah, I saw it, Michael. The White House gave a statement that it's a two-bit show that nobody checks for, but those clips went viral. Listen, he woke up the beast. He messed with Stephen Colbert and all of his colleagues and peers. They recognized what Trump did, and now he's getting the payback. And that's exactly what that did, and that's brutal. They had him in bed with the devil too, with his little small penis. They had him in the desert.
Up in this messing with the rock. Like shit. That's good.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I mean, and think of where we've fallen. This position, America, we are the preeminent superpower, right? So it's like, so the fact that we have fallen to this point to where we have respect. So over 249 years in this country, all this respect has been built up. I mean, we've done some crazy shit, but it's like we still garnered respect around the world. For this position being what it was, even with George Bush II, who was called the dumbest president, but George Bush II can run a victory lap now because Trump has made him we wish that we could get George Bush II back. Fail to say the fact that I can't say this enough. Paramount, so a major network, for them to run something like this, I don't know, like we're in territory that I never thought that I would see in my life. I don't think we could even imagine that they would make this kind of parody of a president. The imitation that they do, this guy that does Trump on SNL, great stuff. Shane Gillis does a great Trump. And it's more playful, it's fun, it's making fun of him, but it's not like going overboard. This shit is crazy. They literally show this man naked, laid out, and they have a penis that he looks down at. Again, I'm tripping, but it's like, I'm gonna, I guess, gather myself. But when I saw it today, I just wanted to find out if anybody has seen it. But if you have not seen it, it's worth looking at. But I don't know what kind of trouble they're gonna get in. But I mean, it's like anything that they're able to do. This will definitely be a free speech test with what they just put out.
So you saying it's worth looking at Trump's penis, Michael?
It's crazy, man. I did not expect them to pan down and actually to show a fucking penis.
Hey, Shane,
I haven't seen it, Michael, but from what you're saying, it sounds like, yeah, like Levon was saying, they will join the Censorship Hall of Fame with Stephen Colbert. Like, you've spoken against the Messiah. Good luck.
Yeah, but the situation is different for them because with Colbert, Paramount could try to make the argument that things weren't measuring up. But with South Park, first of all, Matt and Trey are filthy rich, but also that they just renewed their contract 4 days ago now. So unlike in the Stephen Colbert situation, they can't try to argue, you know what I mean, that South Park, violated anything. So the case about Stephen Colbert is still, that's still bubbling up in Congress and stuff. You see all these representatives asking, is this free speech, et cetera, et cetera. But with South Park, it's not going to be the same. And also, they have enough money. It just depends, but they have enough money, even if they were fired, to just keep going. But everybody should know that about South Park. Go ahead.
No, Doc. I'm just sorry. I just want to add on to what you were saying. So the contract they agreed at $250 million for 10 episodes. I think 2 seasons, 20 episodes basically. So 10 episode seasons, but they just got paid $250 million. And like to Dr. Gallagher's point, South Park, they haven't had, I think they've been 2 years without seasons, but they're a moneymaker. It's just because even with this contract they signed, I can't think of it as Netflix, one of the streaming services, also they sold off rights to stream, they're the syndicated, some of the old episodes. So it's a very interesting battle because they have the gravitas and the money to kind of like to do battle. But y'all just gotta go see this. This deep fake shit is crazy. Deep fakes are crazy as it is, but when you look at this is literally Donald Trump walking through a desert, gets naked. It just shit is crazy.
He would be wise not to say anything to them because it's just gonna go more about.
Oh, the White House already pushed back.
Yeah, they came up with a statement, but and the guy, one of them apologized, but he had like a wink, wink, wink. It was like a fake apology.
Yeah, they were laughing when they were doing it.
I literally subscribed to Paramount just so that I could watch that episode last night, and then I unsubscribed. Wait, can y'all hear T?
Yes, I can hear whoever just said that they subscribed to us.
Well, Trump is now calling Bill Clinton. He was saying that they need to focus on Bill Clinton because he went to the island 28 times. So that's a lie. He's on the flight logs 26 times to Asia and Africa, but not on the island. But now you see Trump is calling names. I think he's scared.
Projected and deflected.
Exactly. And Elon Musk knew what he was talking about. I think Cash Patel leaked that to him. I think a lot of the reporters are invested now. They smell blood. There's nothing worse than reporters who smell blood because they're going to be digging. You got 1,000 people combing through looking for his name. You think one out of 1,000 maybe not going to be a whistleblower or leak something. It's so much people now invested in chasing the story. So, like I said, even if he gets a pardon, MAGA isn't going to move, but the independents and moderates have already started to move.
But that's like saying.
Gallup just came out with the poll, and his approval rating is down to 37%. Gallup was the one he trusted supposedly a few months ago, so now he's going to call Gallup for use. But he's also down to 29% with independents, and they said this is his lowest percentage since January 6th. I just want to
Yeah, I posted it earlier, but yeah, independents, he's cratering. He's down 17%, with 29. Independents is single digits, the Democrats, single digits, and MAGA is, overall, he's 37%. That's his score. So the independents are peeling away. They don't like his wishy-washy on Ukraine. They don't like his policy on tariffs. They don't like the inflation and Epstein stuff there. And he needs independence to win.
Did y'all see the shaman having a breakdown? Y'all know who I'm talking about? The man from January 6th who had the Oh, he's going ballistic. He said Trump. Now keep in mind, Trump pardoned his ass. He is one of the leaders in January 6th. And he was like, fuck Trump, fucking weirdo fraud, like all of this stuff. Mm-hmm.
Is he the one with the longest sentence, Dr. G? Do you know?
Definitely, he was the one of the longest sentences.
No,
Yes.
he didn't have a long sentence. He had a couple of years. He was maybe like 2 or 3 years. He wasn't that long.
But the rest of them, I mean, there was only a handful of people that had sentences like that.
Well, the dude I personally know got 17 years. That was in my unit.
Yeah. I mean, I hear you on that. But still, it was only a handful of people that got like long sentences. But he is the symbol of January 6th. You know what I mean? And it's just so funny that even he turned. It's just like, oh my God.
So I did
But apparently the people, the MAGAs in the room that didn't leave. And let me address something, y'all. The MAGAs, they do this. See, when we talk about the Democrats needing to be on one message and having messaging and so on and so forth. I mean, first of all, we do have some messaging, but these MAGAs, they come in here and they spout all the MAGA bullshit all at once. You see how we were bombarded? You know, it was just like comment after comment, trying to deflect to Biden, trying to say Trump was innocent, like all these things. They do on Clubhouse, they do that from room to room.
Yeah, but that shit don't work.
Twitter too.
That shit don't work and they run. You see how they got the
as soon as you, but it's just that like as soon as you, like everybody is not, everybody, I mean Clubhouse we have rooms, we know this, but I'm just saying like the average American is not going through the news and discussing it, the way that we do. And so that's why when MAGA, when they get confronted and they're like, oh my God, they know the truth, they know too much, and we're playing clips and shit like that, then they all leave.
Yeah.
But for the average American, they're, I think it can work on them because they, people don't have that kind of time, but they do. I just wanted to say that.
Right. And they only listen to their own, like, they're only watching the MAGA shit. They are still spouting all of the misinformation that they've been spouting for the last 4 years. It's crazy. Like, all of these things have been debunked and they still say it. They're literally living off of rumors with no, like, actual things that have been investigated, like Pizzagate, for instance. They investigated that bullshit, even though it was some bullshit. They investigated it and found that it wasn't true. But they still running on it. They still running with that shit. Like they're going with all of the distractions that Trump is giving them. And even though they know that it ain't true, they're still going with it. It's crazy. It's like a
Yeah, go ahead, Brooklyn.
no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg.
No, I'm not. I mean, you're hitting it right on the point. Because here's the thing: they claim to care about the child sex trafficking, right? And you said it was the whole Pizzagate. They were saying Democrats got this secret ring going on and they're drinking kids' bloods, right? So they claim that they care about sex trafficking and all this pedophilia, right? But they are condoning, like they literally are giving a pass and saying, oh, this is fake. But wait a minute, everything about Pizzagate that was investigated was found to be a complete lie, but they will still espouse that it's true. But this guy, and now some of them, from what I'm hearing on the news, are willing to give Ghislaine Maxwell a pass as if she's been victimized. This woman was grooming young kids sexually assaulted by fucking monsters, and the guy that they praise is one of them.
And she participated.
Right, and then when he talked about she was treated unfucking fairly. That's what I wanted to talk about right there.
Exactly, Brooklyn. That stuck out to me. Untreated, screaming you wouldn't give an animal. Really? What about all the underage girls that she arranged and participated in?
She violated them.
What about the 40-year-old that killed herself? The one that they molested as an eighth grader, the 14-year-old, right? What about her? I think she was treated.
Can you tell that story? I asked you earlier if you wouldn't mind.
That is a different story. The one that killed herself is a different story. That's what I just heard about the family, but we can talk about Case.
But wait, don't get off of Ghislaine.
Hold up, you guys, please. Just let me finish telling Michael. Okay. Michael, it's the one about the two girls and Lisa Bloom. I can play a clip to get everybody to understand what we're talking about, but you know it much better and can recount it more eloquently than I can.
No, I definitely got you. I got you covered whenever whenever you want that.
Okay, I can play the clip, or you can. I think you should. Let me play the clip. I'm gonna go look up Lisa Bloom real quick, and you guys can go ahead and keep adding while I look it up, and then we'll let Michael tell the entire story because Lisa is not giving us the entire story. The attorney, she's only letting you know why the case did not go forward because of the death threats to both of them that happened. So you guys can go ahead with the conversation. I'll try to pull it up. Hey, Shannon, I'm in the
I'm in the White House right now. I'll do it. So let's talk about this. Let's continue this conversation about Ghislaine being treated unfairly. Because did you all hear the lawyer? He said that
Yes.
that when Epstein was prosecuted, they made a deal.
Not to prosecute his co-conspirators.
Co-conspirators, exactly.
I almost threw up. That is terrible.
The NPA said.
Wait, can you repeat? Hold on, Lauren. I thought I heard something that I didn't think I heard. What did you say? That's why I was stopping you, Lisa, because I was like,
right. I was trying to unpack it too, Dr. Goddess. So
yeah,
what the lawyer said in the clip was they made a promise to Epstein not to prosecute none of his co-conspirators, right? So for that reason, he's saying that Ghislaine was treated unfairly and she should be, she should be let out, basically.
When did he make this deal when he hadn't even made it to trial yet?
That's true. Alex Acosta, when he did the NPA sweetheart deal with Epstein, it had on there up to 4 co-conspirators that they are not to be prosecuted or immunity.
But that was a different deal, though.
That's the basis of her appeal, because this is what her lawyer knows her espousing, that she's a co-conspirator, and based on that deal, that NPA deal that the government made with Epstein, she should not have been prosecuted because she's a co-conspirator.
And we don't know. I mean, we're not 100% sure whether or not this is the second case or the first, right? Because even in the first case, like Lisa outlined, he got treated with kid gloves. You get to check in to jail, and she's like, and the charges, he never got charged with child molestation. In that case, he got charged with trafficking. So,
yeah. Yeah, but he's an attorney, so he's gonna say that. I don't care what he said. That's what he's getting paid to do. I expect him to say that.
Yeah, but if there was a deal not to prosecute any co-conspirators, maybe there's some paperwork with that. But if not, all they're doing is just setting up Ghislaine to be freed. I mean, we already know that based on his comments today.
It seems like there would have to be, because that's a plea deal, it would have to be some documentation stating that he's going to take that deal, contingent of his co-conspirators not being prosecuted. There would have to be.
That's in the deal, just that the co-conspirators are not named. Go pull up, you'll see it referring to the case in Florida.
I just want to say something to somebody in the audience that probably won't have the balls to come on the stage, but Leo DiCaprio, you fucking stupid, nasty, dirty dog, the nerve of you to sit, you are so obsessed with a cracker that wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire, to say that Obama was ordering boys through his email. You nasty, dirty, big head ass nigga. You don't even have. It's the fact that you are such a low fucking nasty person that you would lie like that. Like, it's okay if these things happen, then they happen, and we're gonna fight against it. But for you to tell that sort of lie makes you the worst type of person in the whole entire world. And I wish nothing but fucking fire for you. I wish that you would set us fucking fire. You nasty, dirty, big head ass nigga. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, Dio, I sent you an invite to come up and speak. Stand on your truth, Leo.
Don't be Atlanta Brave in the chat. Come on, stage.
Just a burn on the crust with Matt cracker ass. You know how them fucking KKK niggas like the motherfucking burn crosses in front of people's houses? Matt gonna be on it, and you could be humping his ass on it too. Nasty bitch, nasty, dirty bitch ass nigga.
They just gonna stay in the chat, do vagina monologue.
I mean,
And Trey, watch your fucking on some real shit. Don't play with me, Trent. Because if you heard what he said, you can get off of mic. Don't say nothing about me being ignorant. What he said was more ignorant than what the fuck I said. I said it to combat that bullshit ass lie that he just sat on his thumbs and told Trent. So mind your fucking business, Trent.
Trent, I already told you you're proximity coonery, Trent. So the fact that you sitting on here, you sitting on here caping for motherfuckers and lying is crazy. That's how you operate. You operate in the most bitch-made way, man. Like you really, you like one of the most bitch-made individuals I've ever encountered.
He's talking about me. Yeah, my mom is sitting here. My mom is so just real quick.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you don't. My mom was sitting here listening.
You know, she raised the coon.
Hold up, you guys.
Yeah, my mom knows what.
Hold on. There's Mr. Ridge in the room. Let's not disrespect people's mother.
Go ahead. Yeah, she's sitting here listening to you, and she's like, you know, it's very ignorant. There's a way we can all talk about
this conversation ain't for your mother. Yeah. And if she would have read what I just read, I don't know how she would have reacted, but it's not for her to tell me how to do anything, okay? It was ignorant for you to put that in the chat on behalf of her.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank you.
Yeah, Trent, that's ignorant for you to even involve your mom on the app. That's not even cool.
Facts.
And here's the thing, because I don't.
And here's the thing. Wait, hold on, Trent. Trent, one second, y'all. Trent, read to your mother. 1 second, y'all. Trent, read to your mother. Oh my God, what's going on?
Leave the room, she's trying to speak.
No, go ahead. I'm reading Trent's stuff.
She's been trying to speak. Well, go ahead, Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear.
No, go ahead. I'm reading what Trent wrote in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just want Trent to read to your mother what Neo wrote about Obama.
We couldn't see that. Man,
do you want me to read it?
Go ahead and read it, because I can't find it. Go ahead.
Trent, what I want you to do is tell your mom your alias, bro. Johnny. My alias? Yeah, Johnny. I think she'll be more concerned about those. Yeah. Johnny? Who are you talking about? No, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Okay, all right.
What are you talking about?
This conversation was fine.
Do you want to add to the conversation? Go ahead.
My mother had been listening to you guys for about 15 minutes. We've been riding the car. She was gonna add to the conversation.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me read the what you didn't see, Trent. Okay.
Well, I think his mother wanted to add.
I know. I want her to hear. So what Neo wrote was, glad you know that, because Obama was ordering little boys in his emails. And that's
Did he
why.
put those in the chat? Did he put the emails in the chat?
No,
Hey, why would you lie like that? That is disgusting.
Well, that's what Brooklyn was responding to when somebody tried to correct how it was responding.
That was disgusting. And I'm gonna say it again.
I get that's an ignorant statement, but there is a way for us to respond in
That's the way I'm trying to respond.
Fred, stop trying to tell people how to respond. What I'm doing right now.
Don't talk about not fucking drinking a bottle of fucking kindly to ignorance. Nobody has to respond kindly to buffoonery. Nobody.
Would your mother say that rapist or whatever gasoline is was treated unfairly? You up in the chat taking that for
drunk at 2 o'clock in the afternoon during the week?
Like, come on, you being funny.
Word, does your mom know you work in proximity of coonery every fucking time you on this app? Like, you should tell her about that. You be caping for these coons out here, man. It's disgusting. Go ahead. Tell them. Your mom know that
That's what happens when you bring your mama to the app. Bring your mother to
You know what, Haitian, just meet the stage right now, because Trent, I don't want this to
to get
No,
out.
no,
I
no.
want this. Listen to me carefully. I really love my mother, and I respect my elders. I do. I'm saying here, if your mother wants to speak, I'm gonna give
She's
her.
holding the phone.
Okay, I'm gonna give her the opportunity to speak uninterrupted and not have people try to disrespect her. You understand what I'm saying?
You know,
So
all joking aside, no one disrespect Trent's mother. You get a fucking boom from the room.
no, because I don't. We'll talk about what I don't do later. But go ahead, Trent, and let your mom speak. I appreciate her.
Call her a coon.
Huh?
I'd like for you to.
No,
Go ahead, go ahead, let him go ahead.
You asked a really weird.
Yeah, that you would put your mom. Don't do that.
And you put your mom on
Just mute the stage because this is not going to end well. I can feel it in my soul.
Well, Haitian is speaking. You want me to say?
Okay, so Trent, is your mom gonna speak or not? Because
She's trying to respond to you. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me
Like
go
I
ahead.
said-
I'm gonna.
No, I was listening. Like I said, I was listening to the conversation, and I did not realize that he was texting you. And then when someone responded to him, I was like, "Are they talking to you?" When Brooklyn, I think it was Brooklyn, and he goes, "Yeah," and I'm like, and then you explained that you were responding to whatever he said in the chat, and so my response to him was, "You have no idea what whoever this person she was lambasting said about Obama. So how are you going to comment on the matter when you don't even know what was said?" That was my. That was the conversation I was having with him. I was like, "How are you going to comment and you don't even know what they're talking about?"
Thank you, Mama Trent.
Okay.
I still think it was ignorant.
Well, good for you. But that's neither here nor there. So, and to the young man who asked me if I knew about the buffoonery.
You said coonery.
You said both, whichever you said, darling. And yeah. And let me put it this way: Trent's views and mine are diametrically opposed. Okay, I raised him to be a free thinker. Okay, so, and unfortunately, he took that to heart. And as I would say, his views and mine, no, they're not in line. And what you do have to understand is, don't believe everything he says, because he's a clown. He is a clown. He's gifted and talented in the theater arts, always has been, from a child. So some of the things he says, he's saying it just to get a rise out of you. He doesn't necessarily believe it, because then he'll come and say the same nonsense to me. I'm like, please tell me you didn't say that in public to anybody, please. Because, and as you said, what if, for me, because when somebody does something, people always say, where was his mother? Okay, so people, do not judge me on some of the idiotic things that comes out of this fool's mouth. Okay, darn it. Yeah, thank you. And like I said, go ahead and call him and all. And Brooklyn, darling, I have no problems with you using profanity.
Thank you, Mama Trent. I appreciate it.
Okay, because like I said, because when I cut loose, you would be saying, is that his mother? Okay, I'm just being honest here.
Hold on, you guys. Hold it, Mom. I asked
Yes.
you the last time that you came into my room. I asked you before you sign up for Clubhouse. So you can be a part of my club. No, Trent, you don't know what your mom. Don't speak for her. She's eloquent and very well spoken. She doesn't need you to speak for her. If you ever would like to, Mom, I've been saying this about you, and Trent can quantify it. That I think you are a wonderful person. For the first time that I met you, I got nothing but what I'm getting from you right now, and that is respect and good vibes. So. If you do choose to join Clubhouse, I wouldn't recommend you going anyplace else, but on Clubhouse. But if you choose to, please make me happy and join the 420 Club, okay? Because we do
Okay, thank you so
some
much
good
for the invitation.
conversations. Yes, ma'am.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you. All right, ma'am.
Trent's mom.
Okay, well, I'm at home.
Trent's mom.
Thank you.
This is Dr.
Yes.
Goddess. How you doing?
Just fine, thank you so much.
So it's good to
Doing
hear
well.
you again.
And Trent's mom is an
thank you.
educator. I love her.
Yeah, and we've been trying to keep Trent together,
please
on
do.
the app. So we're doing God's work. But I told everybody you're gonna love Trent's mom. She's with us.
That's right. And trust me, you guys, he talks about you, and in a positive light. Doctor, especially Doctor, and and Lisa, and CEO, and the few names that I know.
And Deborah.
No, I don't talk good about that.
No, please. But no, trust me. And he'll say, no, and he'll come and say, oh, I talked to your people today. I'm like, oh, my people. What are you talking about? But then he's talking about you, Doctor, and Lisa. Because they're like you. They're educated, extremely bright, intelligent women, and this is what they had to say today. I'm like, okay, very good. So I love all of you too, and take care.
Say goodbye. Your hand's shaking. The phone's shaking. Say goodbye. Land the
Are you
plane.
ready?
Land the plane.
All right, bye.
Land the plane.
I'm getting ready. I'm home now, so he's all yours again. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. He's yours again.
Trent's mom is lovely meeting you, but Trent, for the record, I never said cocoonery was hereditary, so let's just be clear about that. But your mom sounds like a lovely person.
Yes, and she is.
Yeah.
And intelligent and all those positive things. And intelligence is supposed to be inherited
You inherited it,
from the mother, goes through the. But I don't know what happened in this case.
Well,
So
I mean,
anyway.
you got some work to do. You got some work to do.
Trent's mom, I have a favor to ask. Is it possible if you could occasionally beat Trent?
Beat me?
You better tell them.
Instead of being that's so hard to act.
I'm just playing,
It's
y'all.
Dr.
Y'all know
G.
I'm just playing.
It's Dr. G and you that are very similar.
Okay.
Listen, I do talk about you guys often.
That's
You guys
because
are
your
some of-
mother is brilliant, Trent. That's
Yeah,
what
she-
similar.
She's got a master's
right now.
She's got a master's from Pepperdine. She's an extremely bright woman. She's done a lot of things in education from Head Start to other organizations. I have extreme respect for my mother. However, she did teach me to look at the other side. And so I have a lot of friends on the other side that are diametrically opposed. I'm not diametrically opposed to a lot of your views. So if you think I am, my friends wouldn't even listen to some of your submissions, right? Am I right, Ursula?
Oh no, yeah, that's right.
You're right. Okay. So I understand both sides, but I also understand when I'm talking to far right and to far left, and I wouldn't call all of you far left, but when I'm talking to far left, I hear the same arguments about corporate profits, about corporatization of the economy, and so I try to level set and give an independent-minded thought. I understand that doesn't conform to a lot of your views, but that's what I'm here for. Anyway, I'll end.
Your mom, I'm really like, she's refreshing. Your mother is a very dope woman.
I gotta go now, so ciao. Okay.
My mama had a good weekend, Mom. But honestly, I think that's why we can tolerate Trent. Okay? That's why we tolerate him, because he has a little bit of tiny bit.
Just like those horrible people that have like a sweet husband or wife, and it's like, damn, how are you cool with your wife or husband is so terrible?
Well, I have a little bit of update, you guys. We're gonna get back on it because we have clips to play. We got Michael who's gonna tell us about the court case with the two young girls, the one who disappeared. It wasn't like she didn't know this girl and didn't know this girl's family. This girl literally disappeared from Jeffrey Epstein's mansion on the the east side. So, just updated. Everybody's talking about this story, you guys. Welcome to 420 from Radar Online. And I got clips. Because I want you guys to listen to this clip carefully of what Gasoline is doing. I didn't know they took her out the prison to wherever she went for this meeting. They couldn't even go to the rec room or to the visiting room. They literally took her out of jail. Okay, if you guys didn't know that, because they're people, of course, they got drones taking pictures of her, running around the track, drones watching the door for her to go in and out, and Trump's people to go in and out. Yeah, they staying on top of this. So from Radar Online, Gasoline, and I'm purposely saying Gasoline, we've already discussed the proper pronunciation of her French name, and I know how to pronounce it, but I'm doing Gasoline because she's pouring gasoline on all this shit.
Say it once for us.
I'm sorry?
Say her name once.
It's Ghislaine. Ghislaine.
I'm trying to get my...
Oh, shut up. So Ghislaine Maxwell's bombshell confession, Epstein's former lover, insists the truth will come out and offers evidence on 100 different people during jailhouse meeting. And it's not jailhouse because I'm gonna play this clip and you'll see that she actually left. And 100 people is 1% of actually the amount of people that we're trying to identify. It says Gasoline spilled the tea on nearly 100 different people who could be connected to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein during her 2-day meeting with the Justice Department. She is looking to secure a deal that could reduce her 20-year prison sentence for helping her former lover. And that's another thing, because they said that her and Epstein were not lovers. But she assisted in raping those children, though. While he was having sex with them, she would join in. After her exhaustive interview, attorney David Oscar Marcus says she answered questions about nearly 100 different people. Now that's interesting. I wonder if she answered questions about 100 different people, did she bring the people up, or did Trump's lawyer bring the 100 people up, and then she collaborated or denied these people were involved?
The lawyer, I can assure you.
Yeah, because this don't sound right the way they worded it, but I don't know if they know because they weren't in there. But anywho, we'll rock with it. She never invoked their privilege. She never refused to answer the question. So we're very proud of her. Marcus told reporters it's unclear what she may have told prosecutors during their time together. Marcus would only say she was asked about every possible thing you could imagine. No possible deal was announced on Friday, which is today, but Marcus is confident prosecutors want to hear what she has to say. Then he goes on to say again, the truth will come out about what happened with Mr. Epstein, he said, and she's the person who's answering those questions. I think that's the end of the article. The rest of it is just going backwards, talking about what happened with the Justice Department. Okay. And Mike, do you want to talk about the case, or do you want me to pull a clip first?
All right, probably, if you want to pull the clip first, I'm headed to my car, so that'll work out if you want to do the clip first.
And can we mention something about Ghislaine real quick?
Sure.
So remember, there's a documentary where one of the victims, I think it was Virginia, who was one of them, and they went to the mansion and stuff like that. And Virginia said that she basically, because she was involved with Ghislaine and all that. She said that they would be riding in a car, and that if they passed at a school or playground, literally, and she said Ghislaine would see girls, and she would be like, pull over,
utility bills,
and then get out and go talk to the girl.
To even
So
wake up in a
basically
way,
tell her that, hey, you're so beautiful, we want you to model type thing. That was always the hook. So just the fact that she would be going by schools and playgrounds is really, really sick. So just the fact that they're saying she's been treated unfairly and so on and so forth. I mean, she's definitely going to be pardoned, and we already kind of know, her her testimony is going to be a wash for Trump. And maybe that will be enough for the Trump supporters. I mean, because they want to be in denial anyway. So that's all.
And it's so crazy that you said that though, Dr. Goddess, because it seems like the lawyer is saying all of these things to set it up so that when she is pardoned, it'll kind of soften the blow. Like it's like.
Exactly.
Like she was treated unfairly. They promised not to indict none of the co-conspirators. Like, first of all, what the fuck do the government be doing? Not prosecuting co-conspirators to a sex ring is crazy. That is beyond insane. Like, y'all are really okay with people being able to testify against someone else, get away with the crime that person committed. So that is something this shit gotta stop.
I don't agree that's what, I mean, I know that's what they are trying to do, but I'm not convinced that that's gonna happen.
It might not happen, but if it does, though, it's the softening of the blow. You know what I mean? Like, if she does get out, they gonna basically say, well, she wasn't supposed to be in here anyway. You heard what the lawyer said. They said that, they treated her unfairly. They said that they wasn't gonna prosecute none of his co-conspirators. They said all of that. Even though we seen the documentaries and all of that, they still gonna try to do it to soften the blow. Like, if she get out, that should be like cause for concern. But I don't know if Maggie's gonna take it like that.
She's not telling them nothing that she didn't know before she got convicted, and she wouldn't tell it before. So now to tell it for a deal, I don't know.
Because she got 20 years. I mean, she's. Oh,
no, that's okay.
They asked Trump today if he's going to pardon her, and he said, I'm allowed to, but I haven't thought about it. He literally said, I'm allowed to.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm allowed to? That's probably why they were asking the question.
I thought
They asked if you weren't allowed to. Wow, Freudian slip.
If you're against child trafficking, but you're going to pardon one of the most infamous sex trafficking individuals, it wasn't just Jeffrey, it was her, like everybody knows, and you're going to say, okay, let's pardon her. This is disgusting and sick.
Well, you're also rumored to be a part of it, because, they won't release files, so we won't know, but you're also rumored to be a co-conspirator yourself as the president, and you're gonna pardon it. That shit this is beyond scandal. This is some other type of shit.
So can I jump in on that real quick? So what I think people need to start saying, people need to start understanding that that this support for Donald Trump, we need to have an honest conversation and say what it is. You don't care about the economy, you don't care about the deep state, you don't care about the Epstein files. What you care about is white supremacy. For all these supporters of Donald Trump, it's just about keeping the country white at this point. Because all the things that they say they care about, they cared about Pizzagate, they cared about finding Bill Clinton. With all the stuff that's coming out on Donald Trump, they know there's videos that he was hanging with Epstein. Epstein, out of his own admission, said they were BFFs for 10 years. I think Trump gave it 15 years. The stuff on Howard Stern where he talks about a 12-year-old Paris Hilton and being floored when she came into the room. What y'all just played about a 17-year-old Lindsay Lohan. The stuff he said about his own daughter, hoping that that Tiffany had a rack like her mom, said her legs were already like her mom's. The stuff he said about his own with Ivanka or whatever, and talking about the fact that what they have in common is sex. What are we talking about? If anybody, unless these people are, and I'm sorry to use the R word because I just can't think of a better, unless these people are retarded, what are we even talking about? They don't care. What they care about is keeping the country white, and that's why they support Trump.
Michael, you're 1,000% correct. I read this morning from casino employees that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were good friends. They were seen together often. They were at the casino together often. And one night at 1:30 a.m., they brought two women and a 19-year-old onto the casino floor, and they had to tell them that she couldn't be there. They had to go up to Epstein and Trump and tell them that she couldn't be there. She was not of age at 19.
That may have been Gabriella Sabatini who he was dating.
I don't care if he was dating her. She's not legal to be on that floor.
No, she's not legal to be with Trump.
Right. She's 21 years old is legal, right, for those type of situations.
I'm just saying what the name is. I'm not making it.
I know, hon. I know. I'm not. Talking about this shit is ridiculous. Trent, no one cares about 19. We know you don't care about a 19-year-old being with a goddamn 40-year-old man.
Trenty, go take care of your mommy. Make sure she gets home okay. You don't need to be in here. You know,
I did have a take on Trent too, because I love his mom. Like his mom is amazing. I kept saying in the chat that this is in the same space, but when hearing her talk, to me, Trent is Carlton Banks. He's personification of Carlton Banks. If you think about the first Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil and how cool they were, and then what Carlton was, that's what Trent is to me. That's why I kind of look at Trent like that. Carlton was
Michael, I got something better though. Trent can be your stepson though. Mike.
Yo, man.
You guys carry it off a Trent.
Yeah, Mike, hold up. Hey, Trent, what up, Trent? Mike, if you gonna say some shit, you got to be able to back it up, baby. Because there's a big difference. There's a big difference between me and Carlton. I'm not saying that I don't believe a lot of what's going on.
It's all.
I'm not saying that I don't believe a lot of. I agree with a lot of what's being said on the stage. I actually agree with you 100%. I'm just saying nobody cares about 19. 19 is a legal age. What they
It's
are
not legal in a casino.
Anyways,
Is it legal to drink? Is it legal to drink alcohol at 19? I think it was. Thank you.
I don't know the fascination, and Trent maybe, and I don't like bringing.
Can I finish what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. So nobody cares about 19.
Yes, we do care about 19. When it's a old ass man.
Maybe you got.
Let your daughter get
The vast majority of people are going to care about 17 and under, and what may happen is if SWJ, my goodness, WSJ, Wall Street Journal, they have photographic or video evidence of Trump doing something with somebody under the age of 17. It's obviously monumental. I don't think that the Murdochs took this step that they're taking up against Trump without having something very, very, very significant. I think it's going to take photographic evidence for there to be an impeachment, right? So you guys think I'm like against you? I'm not. I just know what it takes to employ the masses. To move the masses, you need photograph, you need video.
How do you know?
They're never going to release those photos
Let him
because the
land,
men are.
April, let him land so he can take his brother home.
Yeah, my mother is home.
Oh,
Yeah, she was dropped off. That's why she said bye.
That's why he's able to text her now. He just rides in the car.
Yeah, just grab the doorstep.
No, he peeled off.
Yeah, we live 5 minutes. No, we don't live far.
Hey,
In order for there to be a case against Trump for impeachment, you're going to need photographic evidence. And I do think that there's something significant, like I told you folks. Like I said, Ghislaine Maxwell is going to get a pardon, but there is something significant that is going to drop in the next probably 3 or 4 days from the Wall Street Journal that will turn this on its head. I don't know what that is, but if it's not photographic or video evidence, then I don't know that it changes the narrative enough for an impeachment. Though I'll agree with many of you. Ghislaine Maxwell getting a pardon in the next 3 months, in the next 90 days, is not going to sit well with even the MAGA base. It's going to be seen right through. So we'll see what happens.
Why don't we? Okay, I have breaking news.
Self-defense scenario. Close this.
Okay, hold on. I want to see if I can get audio instead of me reading it.
Okay, so Donald Trump, I'm trying to see if he,
That's safe.
if they got him saying it on audio. They should have it. Okay. I'm looking at the see if I can find audio on it. All right. Anyway, so I can't find the audio on it, but let me just do the breaking news, and I'll try to look for the audio a little bit later because we got tons of things, evidence, what we call evidence in here. Trump drops Epstein. This is from I'm on Fox News, and of course they're gonna publish this. But as of 12:53 Eastern Standard Time, Trump drops Epstein leaked names that media ought to be speaking about amid Files firestorm. And the article goes on to say President Donald Trump said that those asking about the late financier Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking case should direct their attention to former President Bill Clinton and former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers. Trump's remark came a day after U.S. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche met with gasoline in Florida amid heightened scrutiny about the case after Trump's administration announced it would not unseal investigative material concerning Epstein. Quote, you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. Trump told reporters Friday while departing for Scotland. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton. Trump then accused Clinton, listen to this, we gotta talk about the hedge fund guys because you guys talked to me off a cliff yesterday about the hedge fund people. Y'all know who you are. Trump then accused Clinton of visiting Epstein's private island that financier used as a home base for his sex trafficking operations. Trump said, I never visited the island before. Meanwhile, quote, Clinton has also said he has never visited the island either. In his new memoir, Citizens, released 2024, Clinton said he'd never gone to the island and that he wished he'd never met Epstein in the first place. Spokespersons for Summers and Clinton did not immediately respond to the request for comment. Summers previously served as Treasury Secretary for Clinton, as well as the Director of National Economic Council for former President Barack Obama. And let the games begin.
Yes, that's exactly true. And just real loud on the line right here. Larry Summers and the hedge funds will end up being the story. And this is why there are a lot of people on the conservative right that will be implicated in this. Because that is who your hedge funds managers are, which is why they don't want this 100 names. He gave 100 names of people that will be, whatever she says, this is what I want you guys to know. It doesn't matter what happens thereafter. Whatever she says in front of Congress, and these 100 names that are released, is going to be the gospel for 60 to 70% of the United States. I recognize that what she says will leave out Trump, but what she says will end up being the gospel truth, and then you have to figure out how do you combat that.
I agree. I think that if they're gonna, he said they haven't decided yet. They're trying to decide whether they're gonna go to Congress or if he's gonna plead the fifth.
Who's the one?
Delaying her attorney. He said they.
Oh, well, that's because her pardon hasn't been secured yet. When her pardon is when she gets that guarantee, that's a wrap.
Yeah, because if she goes up there and her stuff doesn't make sense, they can get it for perjury.
You can't get her for perjury, Levon. I've already talked to some about this.
I find it funny how the companies are out here ahead of us trying to make it nothing.
You missed it. We had a room full of
Girl,
truckers and
listen, they make me tired of this shit.
April, it was so bad, Patty.
I would have left with her. Because I I'm sick and tired of hearing this apologist bullshit. And this is how it's gonna be used, and this is what's gonna happen, and blah blah. Like it's like fucking nothing. Like this woman didn't go and take young girls off the goddamn street and deliver them to monsters. And it's like, yeah, it'd be like that. This is sick. This is the sickest shit I have heard in a long goddamn time.
And if she gets a pardon, that'll be obvious. If she gets a pardon, it's gonna be obvious.
No, I mean, it's a matter of, you guys accept a bunch of crap that no other party will accept. I mean, come on, dude. I'm not gonna say you, but the party accepts. They,
That's what they did.
It's hard to earn. He's done, and the Republicans are done. They're not gonna survive that. If he pardons her, he's gonna pardon her on his last day. And Trent, what you're saying about the perjury, they can get her on perjury if she perjures herself.
You don't know that she's perjuring herself because you've got still testimony that's in the house that's under.
I'm talking about if she testifies before Congress.
There's lots of them.
Right. And if she lies, that's perjury.
She lied.
What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay, I'll explain it to you.
Okay.
You don't know that she lied because she's going to say things that are in line with what the DOJ has already authorized her to say.
Correct. Hold on.
So again, the recognition, the lie that is told, right? You won't know that there's a lie told until sometime in 2029 if there is a Democratic.
Hold on, April, just let me answer.
I'm trying to get him to hush, Dr.
Stop, Trent. I want to stop you right there. No, that's not true, because there are existing documents in the record that her testimony can be measured against. So it's not just the six. Don't talk while I'm talking because you can't hear me. Stop talking. Some of them are open already.
I get it.
Right? How do you think that they got a hold of this birthday book? Stop fucking talking so you can hear.
Ma'am, I'm understanding.
How do you think they got a hold of this birthday book?
Ma'am, I
recognize the birthday book. The birthday book is part of the seized evidence from the previous case. So there is existing material against which they can measure what she testifies.
We got on stage. We got Neil on stage. Oh wow!
But what happened is Epstein took the fifth through most of the testimony.
That's fine. That's fine.
So listen, hang on. These names that she has given, she has already provided names.
You're stuck on something that I'm not talking about. The names are not the only details that they can ask her about. They can ask her about dates and times and places. They can ask her about other things for which there is documented evidence.
You're under the influence that the DOJ is a independent form.
I'm not talking about the DOJ.
Okay, then how else do you get this said evidence, right? If Ghislaine
the same way the Wall Street Journal got it. The Congress can subpoena. What is going on?
And that's why I said, if the Murdochs have something that is concrete, that's going to implicate Trump, that's the only thing that you can hang on. But if Ghislaine Maxwell goes in front of Congress, and I do believe she will go in front of Congress, and says that Larry Summers and Bill Richardson and Bill Clinton,
she's not going to say that though.
Okay, she's already given 100 names, ma'am. Who do you think was on that list?
You don't know that she's given 100 names. You've only been told that she's given 100 names. You don't know that.
Okay. Sure, she hasn't. I mean, it's.
We don't know that. We just know what.
Did the lawyer say that?
I know
what the lawyer said. The lawyer
said we don't know that.
Yeah, I know that you don't know that. This reminds me of anyway, like,
This
look, they've
windmill
already
for
come out.
Trump right and left. It's wild.
I'm just saying, Trent.
I'm not.
I'm just saying, and this goes back to what somebody else said before, right? Because maybe I'm thinking of this too legalistically, and not politically. But to my mind, her lawyer saying something is not evidence of the thing.
It was Trump's lawyer.
It wasn't
Or
even her
Trump's
lawyer.
lawyer.
It was
Or
Blanche.
even the deputy AG saying something, it's not evidence of the thing.
Okay, and that's what's, see, I
So
understand.
that's where we're gonna just
All due
disagree.
respect. Yeah, I understand that
So I don't
you, in
yield.
your mind, that don't think that the deputy AG has any standing in this case. But
That's
what
not
I'm
what
trying
I
to-
don't think. I don't think that he's honest.
I don't think he's honest either, but that's the problem. 60 to 70% of the United States is going to take the word of the deputy AG and these names that are named, and they're going to be.
Well, when we get the names, we'll see what the 60 to
Yeah,
70% say when we get the names. Because we don't have the names.
I'll just give you an idea. It'll be everybody except Trump.
Okay, we'll see.
G, he's not counting on, hold on, the thing that he's not counting on is that if she lies about certain situations and things that happen, there are people who were assaulted and essayed in these pictures who are now adults. And they could come in and say, hey, she's lying about this. This is what really happened.
They've all been paid off by JP Morgan.
Oh, shut the fuck up. I am so tired of this. This is so fucking...
How
do you know all this shit?
Because you don't know.
And I need... No, I don't know. So you need to provide me some documentation.
You guys should have asked his mom that. Why does he think he's always right? Why does he have experience in all fields? Like, you guys gonna ask those questions.
Because she said he is a clown. You heard her.
You can look this up and find out
You
that
can look it up and give it to me then, since you know it.
I think you fell on your head when you was a baby.
Ma'am, JP Morgan Chase made a $290 million settlement with the victims. Okay, this is easily for you to freaking Google, right?
Why did he do that?
They know all the victims.
What does that have to do with what we talking about?
All of them. They found every last victim. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, hello?
April, okay, hold on, April. Can you go ahead so I can get Neil in?
I'm
please?
done.
Thank you.
I'm done because there's no way they found every last victim.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yes, Leo.
Alright, so first of all, let me start off by saying, I wouldn't say Trump ain't a pedophile, but Obama definitely is.
Mm-hmm.
Those emails weren't real. Those were FBI records that they got on Obama and Hillary. They really got it from Hillary's records. I don't know if y'all remember that case that Hillary had where they were going through her emails and shit. Those were real. Obama was ordering little boys. If y'all need me, now I can post the link to the FBI records.
Yeah, you can do that.
Who cares? Who cares? Obama is not president, you crazy fuckers. Who cares? Who cares? But who cares? Obama is a private citizen. He's not president, you fool.
Okay, have you,
What?
wait, you know what? Have you landed, what's your name, Neil? Have you landed?
He landed out the door. He landed out the door.
He's not here anymore.
He must have swiped out.
Okay.
It's all with family.
Can I just say
working
something
to
about
begin
what Trent was
with.
saying about JP Morgan? Because he got the facts
Okay.
half right. Can I just say something about
Horrible night. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So Trent was half right about JP Morgan Chase and their settlement. Let me tell you the rest.
People from the stage, please. Thank you. Go ahead, sir, ma'am.
The rest of the story is that it was not for the payout of for the victims. It was because they allowed for the money transactions to be done from his bank, where he banked with JP Morgan, and they settled because well, one of the arguments was that the settlement, that they should have been able to catch the large transfer of money from his bank account. That's why they settled. It was not like a payoff like the silent people. And if you read the documents and the articles, you will see what the facts are. So he was half right.
Yeah.
You're right.
As the article stated the part of the article stated that I put up, it is that therefore, while a large number of victims have been compensated through JP Morgan Chase settlement, it's not possible to definitively state that all victims have been paid off.
It was just the ones who had been in the lawsuit that filed against
100%.
It was not all of them.
Yes, your mommy, you're 100% correct. But part of the reason
That's not what you said. But that's not what you said.
Okay, listen. When you are paid money from a corporation or any entity, you are given
Can you not do that, please? Thank you, appreciate you.
Yeah. When you're paid from a corporation, right, or anything, same thing with Shannon Sharp. You sign a non-disclosure agreement. Okay, that's part of what the payoff is for. They don't just give you money and say, "Oh,
you know it."
Yeah, but the non-disclosure, though, sir, would not be about the underlying facts of the case. It will be about the fact that they settled for a particular amount related to the transactions made through JP Morgan Chase.
And then while I completely agree with you on some things. Typically, when people receive money and they don't want to jeopardize it, and in this case, they will be jeopardizing it because of the people that they will be going against, right? In order to speak out.
Who? They going against Jamie Dimon? Is that what they're saying, sir? I'm sorry. I'm really trying to understand, but you really don't know who you're talking to right now, and I actually understand this case a lot more intimately than you might understand. So who they're going after? Who are they going after? Jamie Dimon? Are they going after him? Are they going after the CEO of actually Chase Bank? Who are they going after? Name them.
Jamie Dimon is
So let me be clear, Trent, and you can look this up. Jamie Dimon is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase. The retail bank is Chase. That has a CEO too. Do you know her? Her name is Mary Ann. Did you know that? Did you know that it used to be a black woman named Tashara Jones? Did you know that?
Let's back up for a second. We would not know this information if there was a non-disclosure agreement. And specifically in this case, there wasn't, which is why CNBC, Financial Times, you name it, is reporting on the facts given from the case, because it's not grand jury testimony. It's not sealed by a judge. It's not sealed by a court, which is why we know about the exact amount of the settlement and the number of trafficked women, right, who are getting compensated. Right, it's not all of them. It's a select number, as Yo said. If the case was grand jury, we wouldn't know any of this. If there was a non-disclosure agreement, people wouldn't be able to talk to the media. Go ahead.
So this is the irony is, he said, Chase, the irony of Trent is foolishness, is that he said the CEO of Chase was Jamie Dimon. But when you Google, and the fact is that Chase, the retail bank, the place where you go in and you actually go to a teller and you ask them for money, the CEO of that is named Mary Ann Lake. It used to be Mary Ann Lake and Jen Pizak, but you don't know that though, but you know everything else.
Okay, so it's fine. The problem is, Eagle, what you're looking at is...
Yo, these women are giving Trent an ass whooping. God damn, Trent, pick your ass up off the ground.
He's in here trying to cover Trump, that's all.
Let me tell you something. If I were Trent candidate, I would cash my Donald Trump check right now and sit down somewhere, because his ass be just pulling shit out of his ass left and right.
Here's the reality of the situation. Trump Trump is not running again. So you've got a 2-year window.
He is running against Trent. What are you talking about? We don't have to vote no more. Don't you listen to Steve Bannon? He has told us in the summer of this year they're going to tell us about our plan. We don't have to vote no more. Go listen to your leader, Steve Bannon.
Okay, that's fine. He's running for a 3rd term. Here's the reality. You've got a 2-year window, basically, in which you can bring a second claim. All I'm saying from a public perspective, if Ghislaine Maxwell, which I do believe, I think it was Dr. Goddard or whoever said, I do believe they're going to put her before Congress because you're going to get the most visibility that way.
That lady is in jail. What are they going to do? Grant her access to the outside? She has a 20-year sentence. You know what she's trying to do? Trent, just listen to me 1 second. Just listen. Calm down. Go on mute for just 1 second and let me listen to me. Listen to your mama, okay? Because you literally don't listen to nobody else. Listen to your mama. You think that lady wants to jeopardize her ability to see freedom? She is actually petitioning right now to have a new trial because she said she was treated unfairly. Do you think she would jeopardize all of that for Donald John Trump? Do you really?
Yeah.
Follow your leader, boy. Follow your leader.
Yeah, boy. Okay, I get it. You sound very intelligent, but I'm just trying to, again,
You're trying to come after me to say I'm not intelligent because of my accent. Let me tell you something, brother. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know the information that I have. And every time you come on these stages, you sound a fucking mess. And you are a disgrace. You don't know nothing. I wish I could call one of your supervisors and tell them how you are sounding on this app because you don't read and you sure can't write.
Man, so they don't know about your mama. You know, Trent is obviously. I mean, Trent, you should fall back now.
What you know about me? What you know about me? I love sexy property.
Already. Again, all I'm trying to say, look, and I'm trying to be very even-keeled on this, is if I believe that they will call Ghislaine Maxwell before Congress, right? And because Trump's going to want maximum exposure. This is straight out of Roy Cohn's playbook, by the way. This is McCarthyism. Mike's on stage. This is McCarthyism.
Are you not even saying?
Yeah, I am. But this is the reason why you got to know, because you can look at Roy Cohn, right, and what McCarthy did during the McCarthyism era.
Are you taking us back to the Cold War, boy? What is going on?
Yes, I am. Because
for what? Let's stay in 2025, can we?
Yeah, okay. Roy Cohn is partially one of the people that was trained.
Why is that shit that we already know?
Trent is great.
I have when Trent is done, I have the with Trent lands, I have the clip of Trump's actually talking about Clinton being on the island 28 times.
Yeah, he wastes stage time. He wastes stage time and takes some other people to be able to speak to repeat shit we already know and done heard him say 3,000 times.
And repeat lies.
I'm not. I don't think he's
bro. That is really.
What I think will happen is they will call Ghislaine Maxwell before Congress for maximum exposure, and she will say name. And
she's gonna rip off her mask and be Roy Cohn.
I have one more question.
Thank you, Angela Lansbury.
Can I ask one more question?
One more question.
Yeah, I just have one more question and I'm done speaking. But Mr. Cannon, you just said that she's going to be hauled in front of Congress. Which committee might call her, and who is the chair of that committee? Because the last time that I checked, in both the House and the Senate, ruled by Republicans, you know, the grand old party, who might call Miss Maxwell to Congress? And which committee might she go in front of?
Okay, it'll be the House Oversight Committee. Yet it is run by Republicans. This is why you have Todd Blanche going to the prison
Who is the chair of the House Oversight Committee? Let's not skip. Let's get this straight. So it goes in front of the House Oversight Committee. Who might be the chairman or chairwoman?
It's a male. I can't remember who it is.
No, don't come in here. No. We're not going to come in here and just start saying stuff and thinking we could just say anything and not source up. You're going to have to source up, sir.
Not up in here.
Source up.
Yeah, I don't know who the chair of the House Committee is. I don't have time to look it up.
Yeah.
Which they'll call her before Congress, and the reason why you go to the prison to get her cooperation is so that you know what she's going to say and what name she's going to drop before you place her before the House Committee. That is why they gave her qualified immunity. I've been saying this for like a week now.
Sir, the next time you come before this committee, would you please have your homework done before you waste all these good people's time like this? Hey, give me my phone to the next minute.
Just all good. I'm gonna land right here. So, look, I'm not telling you that I want this to happen. This is what I believe that they're setting up for, and this is as you have to be ready to be.
We're gonna be ready now that you
Okay,
have
Ken, see ya.
Shit, go get that Johnny Walker.
Okay, so anybody want to jump in before I play this clip? Anybody have anything relevant to say before I play the clip? This clip is Donald Trump talking about people need to be looking someplace else and not at him. Like, for example, Bill Clinton and in reference to Jeffrey Epstein. And also, they need to be looking at this Summer guy who was on Obama's, where was he? Oh, this guy from. So it is former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers and Bill Clinton. So you can hear him say it out of his mouth. And I haven't heard this clip, so it's not that, whoa, is it only 30 seconds? Okay, hold on for a second. Let me see the other one.
That's all we need is 30 seconds, I promise you. Oh my gosh. At least
No, baby, you need to do the whole thing so you know what exactly is going on at 30 seconds. What are you, microwaves? Popcorn? We got this. All right, here we go. This one's on 30 seconds. Oh, it's not going to queue up? Hold on.
Focus on how well the country's doing, or they should focus on the fact that Barack Hussein Obama led a coup, or they should focus on the fact that
Hold on, y'all. My computer just Obama led a coup. It's crazy. Hold on for a minute. Okay, hold on. I don't know what just happened. Okay, here we go. Let me cue it up again and bypass the commercial.
the country's doing, or they should focus on the fact that Barack Hussein Obama led a coup, or they should focus on the fact that Larry Summers from Harvard, that Bill Clinton, who you know very well, and lots of other friends, really close friends of Jeffrey Summers, should be spoken about. Because, you know, Jeffrey Epstein should be spoken about. And they should speak about them, because they don't talk about them. They talk about me. I have nothing to do with the guy.
Are you considering these two
Yeah, I'm going to meet with the Prime Minister right now. We're going to be over there in about 6 hours. We're meeting with the Prime Minister tonight. We're going to be talking about the trade deal that we made and maybe even improve it.
Are you considering
I saw homeless people sleeping right outside the gates of the White House. Are you concerned about that? I think it's terrible, and we'll have them removed immediately. We do remove it. We've got to get the mayor to run this city properly. This city has to be run. You know, I have the right to take it over, and I think it's terrible. Where are they? Where did you see them? Right outside on Pennsylvania, near the Treasury. Right across the Treasury. Well, I don't want to talk about that. What I do want to say is that Todd is a great attorney. But you want to be speaking about Larry Summers. You want to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You want to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island.
Pants on fire.
That's the end of that. 28 times he said he never went to the island. So take that as you want.
So going to the island is not a crime. Do they have something else?
No,
There's no
because
evidence that
he hosted events that was like people actually rented the island or had events on his island.
But there's also no evidence that Bill Clinton went to the island. The evidence is that Bill Clinton flew on the plane. There's no evidence he went to the island.
Well, we don't need to really focus on the island.
I heard a clip of Clinton saying he would love the files to be released.
Yeah, there's no evidence of, there's no flight logs that placed him on the island. And it's not 28 trips, it's 26 trips, flight logs that he took flights to Asia and Africa, but not Epstein Island.
I think the real shame here is that he gets to say all of this stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. Go ahead,
I'm
Debbie.
sorry.
You go ahead, Debbie.
I was just saying, I think it's a shame that he can just say all of this stuff.
Right, he's lying.
Whether it's true or not.
He should be sued for defamation of character.
His job.
He should be sued for
I don't even talk that much. But y'all go ahead. I'm tired.
No, Debbie. I need for you to finish. I don't need for you to have other people talk over you and then you don't speak. Go ahead, Debbie. Thank you.
I mean, I was just saying that that's not his job to mitigate stuff that's going on. He is the president, and that part, I don't understand why everybody's not in an uproar over that part. It doesn't even matter what he's saying. Why is he saying it? That's all I'm saying.
And so, to answer the island part, it's not, stuff just didn't happen on the island. Stuff happened at his Upper East Side mansion. That's where the one young lady said that Trump took her virginity. So we don't have to focus everything on the island. They were having parties everywhere. He also has a mansion, I think, in New Mexico or Arizona. I forgot which state it was. Can you read your mic because they were chewing or doing other different things? So, yeah, let me...
But Lisa, I think the comment was made because the comment that he made was Bill Clinton went to the island 28 times. So what was being corrected was that there's no evidence that Bill Clinton went to the island 28 times. So it was just specific to the comment that he made.
Oh, I thought Ravon said that he went 26.
No, he didn't. No, there's no evidence he went to the island at all.
Oh, wow.
He used the plane. He was listed 26 times on the plane. And it was for other trips, Asia, Africa, and other trips.
Yeah, that's what I said, Lisa.
I just put something in the chat that you might find informative. Whoever would click on that might want to take a look.
So Trump is lying again, Lisa, and he's deflecting. He's lying and he's deflecting. He's trying to redirect attention from himself to get them to say, Squirrel, look over here. Look at Clinton. Look at all these other people, and it's not me. And it's just a pack of lies. That specific thing is a provable fact, unless something else comes, to light. But from everything that I've seen that's in the public discourse, there's no evidence of flight logs to him on Epstein Island.
I just have a question. If it's about Larry Summers and Bill Clinton, why wouldn't they just release everything anyway? If it's not him, then why not just release it and show how it's all the other people that he's listed? Why won't he do it?
Because his name is on there all over it.
But I'm saying, if he's saying that he's not on it, then why won't he just let them why won't they let the FBI release the information? You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying, but the answer is he's lying. His name is on there. That's why he's not going to do it.
Well, again,
his name is on the paperwork or whatever documents, the 3 gigabytes. His name is on multiple. We don't know what the papers are or what files he's on, but his name is all through and through documents, and he knows that. I don't know. We don't know what kind of documents, but that's why he doesn't want. That's what I think. Why he doesn't want those documents.
Him and other prominent individuals with stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think Elon knows, and I think Cash Patel was dropping dime and was snitching. And that's why Elon Musk could have said his name is on the.
You know what doesn't make any sense to me? Like, I'm just sitting and thinking, like, so if Clinton was implicated in all of this, during what time did this happen? Was it before he was in office, or was it after? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me that Bill Clinton would be like involved in anything. Like even though he's a freaky ass old man, right? It just I just don't even. I'm trying to figure out how.
I ain't swearing to nobody.
I'm not trying to like, you know, make any excuses, but I'm just like, he would be that stupid to do it while he was president, or even after he was president, when he had the Monica Lewinsky situation and all of that. He would be on a private island with a Wall Street person fucking on little girl. I just don't.
Yes, Brooklyn. Yes, he's that stupid. He's that stupid.
Did you see that
Yeah, but we're not doing Bill Clinton. We're on Epstein and.
Yeah, but real quick, Brooklyn.
Yeah, but it don't matter. We're talking about the sex thing, so it don't matter.
Yeah, but it matters. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you see the painting that Epstein had of Bill Clinton in the skirt, dressed up like a woman? Brooklyn.
Wait, did
But
you
what
see?
does that mean,
No,
though?
hold on. Who did that sound like? Hold on. Did you see the picture?
Hello.
Did you see the picture? I just want to know, did you see it? Did you see it? Because I know what I read in the newspaper, and it says, according to people who saw the picture, meaning the reporter didn't even see it. So did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where is it? Show it to me.
Okay.
Put PTR. Pull the PTR. Source up.
Click on the link in the chat that I put in there, and you can see the picture.
Yeah. Okay, so did Bill Clinton take the picture?
No. Epstein acquired.
Right? What the fuck doing? Okay.
Epstein acquired the picture from an amateur artist.
That drew a picture that Bill
He
Clinton
had a picture, and it was another picture too. I can't remember what the other picture was of, but it was another picture that she did these two pieces, and it was like this protest art. This person's she's like an art student, and Epstein bought the picture.
and so she was just a random ass person.
Yes.
That just thought it would be funny to.
Yeah, it was
take
part
the
of a
picture
project. I can't remember the
and
exact
that's what
details.
we relying on. That's the evidence. Like, come on, y'all.
Oh, no. That's not what I'm relying on. I'm just asking if you saw that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
because I don't think nobody saw it. I didn't see it. I definitely didn't see it. I heard about it, but
I disclosed if you want to see
I
it.
don't understand.
It's in the
But
chat.
I don't understand what that would mean. Like, what would be the point of it? Like, somebody made a funny. That's like that's like somebody made a fucking painting a funny. Wow.
Yeah, but
okay.
you know these are homophobes. MAGA's full of homophobes. So that the Clinton address, you know what I mean, is par for the course for, more character assassination.
So, y'all don't think Clinton had an issue
with him having a fucking big ass painting of him with his legs crossed in a dress, in a skirt with lipstick on?
I don't think, I don't know. What did he say about the picture?
Oh my God.
No, I mean, he may have had an issue.
So Epstein
He may have had an issue, which is part of the reason why Epstein bought the photo. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they play around like that. So Epstein could have done it out of being vindictive to Clinton.
Yeah.
They could have done it as a joke, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, but the existence of it, like, ultimately, it doesn't mean much. You know what I mean? Like, there's no history of
Yeah, like, what the fuck
cross-dressing
does
or
it
anything.
mean?
Nothing.
And it certainly doesn't point to him fucking on little girls either.
Right.
Like, I just don't. I mean, certain things just don't make sense, and that just don't make no fucking sense. And you can't say that because Epstein had a painting of it. It make the fact that he had that painting of Clinton make it all the more make it where it doesn't make any more sense. Because why would Clinton fuck with somebody that got a painting like that of him? Like, seriously.
And he bought it.
Like, I just.
And Epstein was an asshole. Epstein was a known asshole. I mean, he did a whole bunch of stuff.
And the painting was making fun of Bill Clinton and the whole Monica Lewinsky thing and the gender bending and all of that. So, I mean, yeah, I just think people, they doing too much with the painting. I mean, it was an art student's project.
Yeah, funny, bitch.
And when he bought the painting, I think it was like $1,000 he paid for it. I mean, it's not like it doesn't make it.
Haitian, what do you think that it means?
I don't give a fuck what it means, but at the end of the day, Bill Clinton to me is just as suspect as anyone else. That's all I'm saying. Bill Clinton is not some fucking angel. So that's it. I'm not gonna make any. Hold on. I'm not gonna make any excuses. Clinton's a piece of shit like the rest of them.
But I didn't say that he was.
I didn't say you did.
Wait, hold on. So we can, even though we can have critiques of Clinton, but Clinton, so the stuff that we know about Clinton, right, is he's like a philanderer, right? We know about that. But there's never been any accusation that I recall that has anything to do with any children. Like, so that's why I'm just trying to understand what connection you're making between Epstein, Bill Clinton, and this painting.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that when it comes to Clinton. Clinton also got motherfuckers that were over there child trafficking in Haiti released. So let's really not go down the Clinton road.
Okay, no. I mean, I just wanted you to make the connection. Okay, so you're basically saying there's a loose connection around this whole Clinton and Epstein thing because Clinton pardoned or got some human trafficking charges swept away in Haiti.
I'm saying that they're all pieces of shit. And Clinton is the devil like fucking Epstein. That's what I'm basically saying.
But come on, Haitian, we got to be a little bit more precise than that, right? Like, I mean, like, we just got to be a little bit more precise than that. And in case in point, right? Because when I saw Chris Tucker's name, right? And it's so funny because I had, I'm trying to think, Chris Tucker, he came to my city last year. And he was talking about, I don't know if you've ever been to his show or but he just tours around. So his tour consists of telling all stories about his life, like his work with Jackie Chan, and so on and so forth. One of his stories is he imitates Bill Clinton, but one of his stories is about going to Africa with Bill Clinton. So when I saw Chris's name, and Chris Tucker's name is on the Epstein list, and he's on the flight logs, et cetera, and then I looked, and it was like, then it came out that Clinton used one of Epstein's planes to go to Africa. I knew that, I mean, if you know anything about Chris Tucker, there's never been any, accusations about him messing with children or anything like that. He's actually very square. But I knew that part had to be, that part was likely true because he told the story about flying to Africa with Bill Clinton, and then he told that whole story. So just because somebody is listed on a flight log doesn't mean that it doesn't automatically mean that they're a pedophile.
Yeah,
right? So that's all. I mean,
no, I got you with that, but let's just keep it above. Clinton's a piece of shit. Just like how many females that he's have illegitimate kids possibly with? Like, come on, like Clinton's a piece of shit. At the end of the day, to me, anyone on the left, if they hear that, should just say, okay, well, if Clinton is part of it, lock him up. Not like, well, why do you think Clinton's this? Why do you think Clinton's that? Clinton's a piece of shit.
Well, no, because you led with the painting. That's why. The reason why we're having this conversation is because you suggested that the painting meant something, and we were trying to understand. But I hear you, because I do fully believe that Clinton has so-called illegitimate children out there. No question about it.
Daddy Williams. That's fine. I don't see how that still is like. Those are two different
things. Yeah,
they're so far away from each other on the spectrum that I don't see how you can just take whatever you know about him and then match it up with what Trump's saying, because it don't make no sense. It don't. Like, yes, they said that Clinton also wrote him a birthday letter, but it was so boring. It wasn't really nothing to write home about. But what Trump wrote him was very interesting. With a picture that he drew. Like, these people know each other, of course, but I don't think Clinton would be that dumb. I just don't. As a former president, he was a former president at the time. With him already being involved in a scandal as such, if he does anything, I'm sure that he would be way more careful to do it with a nigga like Jeffrey Epstein. I'm just saying, like, I don't see it, but it's possible. I'm not saying that it's not, but it doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. And did y'all know that Clinton is younger than fucking Trump? That shit is crazy. How is that possible? Well, y'all bad on.
Yeah, I mean, the MAGAs, they're going to do everything they can to deflect, to lie, to make it about Clinton and Obama. I mean, we gotta separate some stuff. I mean, if there's evidence, there's evidence, but there's no evidence when it comes to some of these people being pedophiles, but there's a ton of evidence when it comes to Trump and his bullshit. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why people are not, but that they don't rock with Clinton. I mean, we can run down the list, but pedophilia is actually not.
So, Trump yesterday was overheard in the office that somebody had brought up once again. They're not going to let this man live because they're going to keep on hammering him. But he was overheard yesterday in the Oval Office when somebody brought up, when Republicans, I guess he was having some type of meeting with somebody, and brought up the fact that, wanted him to comment on what was going on with this whole Jocelyn thing. And he said, I'm sick and tired of this, and they're going to fuck me over anyway. So that was him yesterday in the office. This is obviously getting to him. And which is shit. If he would have been honest in the first place, we wouldn't be here. But he couldn't. It's hilarious to think that he could. He's going to have to keep lying. And then he says he wasn't there. Okay, what was... oh, God, it was an article. Okay, so he was hoping that he was on the list, but he's clear that he is on this list for some reason. And you guys saying there's other reasons than him going to the island. Okay, that's fair. But, everything didn't happen on the island when it comes to the the raping of young girls, young girls.
Yeah, and it makes more sense, Lisa, for Trump to spend most of his time with Epstein and the girls right there in New York at the mansion.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. No, you good. I was gonna say, yeah, so majority of this stuff, the shit that happened, that went down between him and Epstein and the girls, happened in Manhattan, right there in Manhattan. He didn't have to go too far, in Florida, because they had a lot going on in Florida too as well, from my understanding.
Look at all the modeling agencies, they're all interlinked. So Trump had his own modeling agency. The Casablanca guy had his own modeling agency. I think Ivanka was signed to Casablanca. I think he was charged or sued for either it was inappropriate or wait or something. I know the Casablanca guy was charged. And then another one of their pals who had a spin-off agency, he took his own life in prison. He was charged and he did suicide. So Trump was all caught up with all of those. All of his buddies all had these modeling agencies, and all of them either had allegations or were charged with either sexual abuse in women or trafficking, or all of them. So I just say where there's smoke, there's fire. There's lots of video with him yucking it up with Epstein. He was at his wedding. I mean, the connections are much closer than anyone else that we have seen.
It sounds like the what is it? 5 degrees of separation is mad in this story, this Epstein story from the what's his name, Cohen, the Roy Cohen guy that y'all was talking about the other day, to somebody that was on his former administration said his lawyers, like, they are so connected, like, it's ridiculous. And if one did it and they all kind of do the same thing, like Trump was a beauty pageant, he invested in beauty pageants. That is a sex trafficking fucking dream. What are we talking about?
But the funny part is the young girl sex trafficking, the young girl beauty pageant. Why would you be interested in having a beauty pageant from teenagers, which really got me on guard? Right. And back taking a personal tour while they changing their clothes, and from the gown to the swimsuits. 15-year-old girl said he came back there and repeat this again. Came back there. I'm gonna try to find her clip. Came back to the back and she was changing into her bathing suit. And here comes Trump going through this teen pageant with these girls back there naked. So yeah, he's a great guy.
One day Lisa do a deep dive on the modeling agencies. That's how they got a lot of these girls. They came to New York with a promise of wanting to be a model, or they promised them that they can get them gigs or what have you. Then they would have them go to these parties or whatever. And they were young, 14, 15, 13. Hey, when you have time, Lisa, you gotta listen to that clip with Uncle Luke from Two Live Crew. And he did that interview years ago, before any of the stuff broke. So, I don't think he would lie. Yeah, I'll put it in there again. It's very interesting. Let me see if I can put it in there again.
What did he say?
Yeah, I knew that was you.
He said Trump invited him to a party he was having in Palm Beach. I think he said also Eddie Murphy and somebody else was there. Let me try to find it. It's in the chat. You might have to look up for my name, but let me see if I can put it again. He said he went there. They didn't have any music, no DJ. There were a lot of women and girls there. He said they seemed to be young. There was some drugs for the young girls, peeking around. People were doing stuff, and he was like, "Let me get the F out of here because I don't want to be." He didn't use the word blackmail, but he said he didn't want to be getting caught up with anything like that and come back to him. Let me see if I can find it again. So Luther Campbell, that's from Two Live Crew. Uncle Luke is down there in Miami. And he gave this interview like.
He's in my yard, by the way.
What's that?
He's from my country, by the way.
Oh, Luther Campbell?
Yeah.
Oh. So you never popped that coochie?
I'm not. He's not Jamaican, Dad. He's Bahamian.
He baby. I was like, oh.
He's a yardie.
Pop that thing, baby. Pop that thing, baby. Pop that thing, baby. Pop that thing, baby. I wanna rock.
That's that 305. Let's see if I can find it. This is so inappropriate. Oh my god. Okay, I found it. Go.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what you were speaking, That's what I'm saying. About the context here, people.
Hey,
I was in your mind. Listen, I was in Dr. Adrian's mind. I was like, I know she like, what the fuck is going on? Like, so I had to say it.
What about that song? Come around the chain.
Okay, you know, DJ. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so what happened to Michael? He was supposed to go over that case file with Lisa Bloom. He's out?
No, I'm
Michael's
still
right
here.
there. Okay, Michael,
Yes,
you
it's
ready?
been a whole bunch of conversation. You were gonna play a
No,
clip.
I know.
I've been Starbucks, so yeah, but you're fine.
Okay, no. Sorry. Okay, what did you say, Laverne?
I put the clip in the chat.
What clip is in the chat?
Don't make me curse you out, please.
Wait, what clip is in the chat?
Uncle Luke, it starts at 6:45.
What is that about?
That's him talking about what he saw at the party Trump invited him.
Okay, go ahead, and we're gonna get on this thing with Michael, because we wanna get into this case before it gets too late.
And also, Michael, I don't think he thought we peeped that. We trying to talk about something just late, bro.
Michael's studying. Started at 6:45, Haitian.
All right, y'all, welcome to the show. I hope everybody's having Rob and Kyle Lee went there too. Oh boy, have what I think is a much bigger. And they were able to dig up this old interview with a celebrity, with a well-known rapper who talks about going to a Trump party in the early 90s. And what happens from there is absolutely astonishing. This story should not just be on Midas Touch. This shit should be all over MSNBC, it should be all over CNN. If Fox News had even a thread of a conscience, it should be over there. Of course it won't be, but this is wild what you're about to hear. Listen to this.
An old interview with someone who attended a Donald Trump party in the early 1990s has emerged. One of Donald Trump's celebrity friends at that time, his name is Luther Campbell. You may know him as the rap moniker Uncle Luke. He was part of the band 2 Live Crew, and he did an interview with SiriusXM about 10 years ago on a show called Make It Plain with Mark Thompson. And during this interview, Luther Campbell, aka Uncle, talks about how in the early 1990s he was at Donald Trump's house in Palm Beach, and he left this party when he saw people there who he thought were underage girls. He described the scene as looking like it was from Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Campbell. He said he saw drug use and he had to just get out. Let's take a look at this interview. Here's Uncle Luke in his own words on Make It Plain. Let's play the clip.
The man took us around the house. Okay, he said, look, I got all these women. I got these women from the pageant. They're going to be there. So we went. He was like, hey, man, I got a pageant down here. I'm hosting these women in the house. Okay, up in Palm Beach. They sent some cars to pick us up. We get in the cars. We drive up there. Me, Mike, Eddie Murphy, we all in our own individual cars. Car service drove us up there. We got there. He showed us around the house. Told us about this mansion, the history behind it and all that. This golf course, it was dark. We couldn't see the golf course and things like that. And then, before you know it, hey man, y'all enjoy yourselves, got cocktails and everything. And before you know it, the rooms and everything start popping. There wasn't no DJ. It was more of hey, get in when you fit in. Whatever room you're gonna go in, you go into that room.
So you say no DJ? There was no music?
they're saying here? He's saying, I went to this Trump party, and after a pageant, he had a lot of these girls go to this party. They were underage. There was sex. And this was all happening out in the open. And remember, Trump ran these, this modeling agency. Trump ran this Miss Teen event. Trump ran Miss Universe, I believe it was, for a while. There's stories about him walking in on these girls while they're getting dressed and then being fucking mortified at that fact. Like, what are you doing? But he owned the pageant, so he thought, I can do whatever the fuck I want, right? Here we have validation. Underage sex parties, underage orgy parties at Trump properties. I don't know why this isn't a bigger story.
I didn't ask somebody their age, and then all the other stuff going on. You know, it was like, okay, I can't be a baby. I gotta go. If I'm going to jail, then somebody gonna exploit me. I really, I don't do drugs. Never did it in my life. You know, I smoked marijuana 2 times. You know, when I was in high school, and I didn't like the experience as far as drugs. I may have sold drugs. I never liked the people who I sold them to when I was young, because I thought they were stupid for buying it, so I never cared to indulge in it. So when I do see people doing it, I'm around it, I get away from it.
And here, Uncle Luke again talks about showing up. He was there with Mike Tyson. He was there with other celebrities. And he talks about how the girls there were so young, he didn't want to be around it. He thought that he could also be extorted if he was there. Listen to him in his own words again, talking about the event. Let's play it.
The thing is, when you're around, I've been around a lot of models and a lot of these pageant women, and that's what mostly was. It was mostly pageant women. And a lot of these women in your age. So you got a whole bunch of these women running around, whether they of age or not. You know, there's a lot of things going on. You just, some women look too young. You move. So there wasn't nobody beating no women, nobody taking advantage of no women. I mean, they were all enjoying themselves. That's what they were there for, but were they old enough to be enjoying themselves? I don't know.
Was there sex? It's that's a stupid question not to ask. Okay, so I think I got you now. You're saying that all this was going on and you weren't clear as to whether these were adults.
I wasn't clear whether or not they were adults, and I wasn't whether or not, whether I wanted to be in that kind of environment where some of these other things that was going on in it. I ain't gonna too much elaborate about everything else that was going on outside of the sexual act. But,
well, my brother, we love for you too. We love for you too. That's why we on Sirius XM. Because we can open up. We on Sirius XM. We can bust it wide open right here.
The drugs and the alcohol and the sex and all that. But I ain't gonna talk about the drugs and the alcohol and the sex.
But now you did say that if you were on XM, you could talk about it. So that's why we here, man. I mean, people minds want to know.
I said I was the profanity and all that. Yeah. They talk about naked people and all that. But then the drug part, I don't want to talk about that part of it.
Jesus Christ, bro. So here's the thing. I mean, now this is, I lost count of all the evidence we have. I mean, you can go back and watch that video that we did. It was titled something like Exposed Trump is, how Trump is in the Epstein files. I don't remember the fucking title, but you guys go find it. I did a video which is basically like, proof Trump is in the Epstein files, right? And go watch that. We got a whole bunch of evidence that indicates that, of course, he's in the Epstein files there. But even since I did that video, I've been hit with story after story and new revealed fact after new revealed fact. And I'm looking at this thing going, this goes way deeper than even I thought, bro. I mean, my mind was blown when I saw that this motherfucker, he was 40-something, 50-something years old, and he owned a modeling agency where he was handling girls as young as 13 and 14 years old, and they were scantily clad in front of him. And then you got that story that was, what was it, the Daily News, I believe it was, New York Daily News. Talked about the underage women at the sex parties at the Trump hotels, and he participated in that. That was on the record in 2015, 2016. And now it's all coming to light. Why? Because Trump made it very clear with his actions that he literally was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. He was a client of Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein has tremendous dirt on him. And so now people's antennas are tuned to that. And they're going, oh shit, what the fuck else is this man hiding? What is he hiding? How dark is this? Was he involved in international human sex trafficking? Is that what this modeling agency front group was? Why were you friends with so many prolific pedophiles? Right? Like, what is this? And here's a super important point. I really hope the conservatives are listening to this because this is really important. You guys has told us for so fucking long, particularly when it comes to Hollywood. Hollywood is they're satanic elites who think that they play by different rules and they get away with all these criminal things because they view themselves as above the rest of us. This is what you guys tell us. This is what you've been saying for a hot minute. Well, now we have a story. Well, here it is. Here it is. Donald Trump owning these pageants, underage sex parties, casually inviting other celebrities to it, playing by different rules, getting away with. There's 27 different accusations of sexual harassment and sexual assault against this man, and a lot of the women have shockingly similar stories. Shocking. He had to pay out millions of dollars over one of the cases, the E. Jean Carroll case, for example. Here it is, the thing that you said you were worried about, the satanic Hollywood elites who play by different rules and think they get away with it, and think that they're special, think they're God's gift to this earth, but they're not. And they're unholy, and they're unchristian. Is there anybody less Christian on this planet than fucking Donald J. Trump? Here it is, it's right in front of you, and you guys got duped, and you fell for it, and you voted for him, and you supported him, and you sat back and you watched him cut healthcare for 17 million people like he did in the big bullshit bill that just passed. And what do you have to say about it now? Nothing. Watch, by the way, all these fucking right-wingers who are struggling desperately, the Tim Dillons and the fucking Alex Jones and all these bro podcasters who are like, this is kind of weird, bro. Why is Trump like kind of hiding this Epstein stuff, bro? Will a single one of them do a detailed segment talking about how Trump was involved in international human trafficking, like we covered the other day? Will a single one of them talk about this story, where you have a famous rapper on the record saying, I went to a Trump party and there were underage people having sex, and I felt like, hey dog, I'm not comfortable, I gotta dip. Will any one of them talk about? Will any one of them talk about Jeffrey Epstein on literal audio tape saying I was Trump's best friend for over a decade? Will any one of them bring up Michael Wolff and what he said in an interview recently? When he said, I was working with Jeffrey Epstein, doing all these interviews with Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey showed me some of the dirt. And one of the things was there were about a dozen pictures that Epstein had of Trump. One of them included girls of an uncertain age, topless, pointing at Trump and laughing because he had a stain on his pants, and some of them were bent over. Will any of them talk about that? It's like, oh bro, it seems like something's fishy here with this Trump thing. Might as well not look any deeper and tell people the truth and just keep saying it's fishy as opposed to telling everybody the ironclad truth, which is this guy is in the Epstein files. He is a co-conspirator in the Epstein crimes. Say it or shut the hell up. But shout out to the Midas Touch guys. This is a huge story. Guys, spread this story far and wide, please. Spread this story far and wide. CNN should pick this up. MSNBC should pick this up. All the major networks should pick this up. How is it not already in that position? Look, I'm happy that CNN did hey, here's the resurfaced pictures from Trump's wedding in 1993. Jeffrey Epstein's there. Here's Epstein and Trump at the 1999 Victoria's Secret fashion show. I'm happy that they did that. But let's be serious. The bigger story here is verified, validated, another celebrity says underage sex parties at Trump properties. Damn. Now imagine for a second, this was a story about Barack Obama throwing an underage sex party, which is literally a fucking pedophile party. What would the right say about that? They'd be screaming to arrest him right this very second. So get the word out there, spread it far and wide, y'all. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now if you want to.
That's over 10 years ago, before all of this brouhaha arose again. Do y'all think Luther is telling the truth, or he embellished, or what do you guys think about this?
Don't make me start singing again.
It don't make a difference.
That good
It's all just
I think he's telling the truth. He had no reason to embellish it. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the spam world. Welcome to the spam world.
I don't want to hear from Mike Tyson, because what the fuck? I know he done seen a lot of shit. A whole lot. If he ain't participated in it too, but that's another stuff.
It's too much out there. Okay.
Yeah, no, like Brooklyn said, if this was too much for Uncle Luke of 2 Live Crew, you know it had to be wild.
That was some crazy shit if it was too much for 2 Live Crew.
I got a dip. He said, I don't know how old these girls look. I'm not sure, but I'm dipping up out of here.
And you know, and you see how he actually got tricked. I mean, he didn't talk about it like extensively, but Trump telling him, hey, come over, we have some girls from the pageant, right? So, girls being in a pageant, yeah, I don't think you can be like in a pageant unless you're 18. And, you know, it probably gave him the impression that he was going to be dealing with adult women, right? And then he starts looking around the party, and he's like looking at these girls, and like everybody is looking real young. And so he starts to wonder, like, are they even old enough? Like, what the F is going on? You see, because those may or may not have been the same girls from the pageant. I mean, we do know that Trump ran a teenage pageant too, but I just get the impression that in order to get people over, you know what I mean, he just sort of mixed up, you know, just playing with people's expectations.
They could have been from the pageant. This Teen USA pageant starts from 14 to 19.
Oh, 19. Oh, 19. Okay.
Age 14 up to age 19. So they could have been from the pageant.
Right. But I mean, you know, technically speaking, only the 18 and 19-year-olds would be safe to deal with.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
they shouldn't have been there at all. But yeah.
Especially if there's drugs and liquor around. The 18 and 19-year-olds ain't had no business there neither.
I believe the news report is going to get a lot of tips. I think it's like piranha in the water and they smell blood. I think more stories are going to drop.
Everybody wants to tell a story now. It's too good. Money's too good.
Yeah.
I think the Republicans, I think that the Republicans would just cut their losses and get rid of them. Like, if they want, I think the closest thing to this going away is slow singing and flower bringing. That's basically how I'm feeling right now.
That stupid guy that is airing out, is, what do you call that? Streaming our room. He got the nerves to put mom on phone, speaking on trans mom, and then he puts Democrats versus Republicans. You're a fucking weirdo. And you're a fucking piece of shit. So you can hear me.
So, the room is being streamed again?
Of course, he streams your room every night.
Are you serious? You know, you're pathetic. You don't have
Y'all gotta play music in between.
Well, y'all can play music then, because this is getting ridiculous, because somebody was just in my back channel telling me that they ran across this room on YouTube as well. So, you're pathetic that you don't have enough wherewithal to create your own content. You have to steal, rooms that you're not even associated with. That you have to talk to the curator and say, hey, is it cool? I'd like to stream your room and, be in alliance with them. You are a weird, sad man that you don't have enough wherewithal that you can create your own stuff.
He can be heard to the point to where that one person, that one woman, can change his out.
See, on the 7th of October, a group of Hamas fighters who had enough, right, and who wanted to act revenge because of all the starvation and all the stuff that you've been doing over the past years, walked into your country. Some of your soldiers ran away, and I mean ran away. And for, how many hours was it? 8 hours? 8 hours they walked.